What's going on, world? And Wesley from A Connection TV, the network, the one channel on YouTube where we actually adopt similar connections despite our differences. And the similar connection that I want to adopt with you, the ask dot of this particular review, is with the love for scandal. This particular episode, entitled Baby Made a Mess, was one of the best freaking episodes I have ever seen of Scandal in a long time. This episode was purely owned by Miss Olivia Pope and Abby herself. And even Huck had an amazing moment in this particular video. Quinn was cool, but I think she was a wee bit in over her head. And then people were tweeting, yes, Cyrus. And I'm like, why are we yesing to Cyrus? All throughout this particular episode, I'm waiting to see Cyrus get back at the prostitute. But he didn't. And I'm like, why is everybody like, yes, Cyrus? Like, he didn't do anything. Like, I don't know. I was a bit over that for me. That's all I was really looking forward to that. But I was pleasantly surprised by Olivia and Abby. Like, oh my God. So Olivia is sitting down minding her business. Then Fitz gives her a call. Some of y'all were mad about what I said about Olivia and all of that. Look, at the end of the day, when I did my video about marriages and shit, y'all was coming at me like I was the one with the problem. Like I was the one trying to fuck up somebody's shit. But y'all, oh, don't be coming for Olivia. Olivia is dead. Right. I'm minding my own business, trying to move on. What? So I was whatever. But Fitz calls Olivia, and basically Fitz is like, you said I have hope, right? There's hope. There's hope for us, right? There's hope. So, you know, he been calling her every morning or whatever. And he says, I misses you. You know, I want to see you. She says, is Jake being fed? I was like, what? Is Jake being fed? What? Go ahead, Olivia, and say what else now? She says that particular facility has been sued a couple times over the past years for not treating people right or some shit she was saying. She wants to know if he's seeing the sun, if he's getting the right proper nourishment that a brother need. I'm like, all right, Olivia, you better go ahead and command that. Daughter of command. So that was hot. You know, Quinn visits Mr. Winslow. She gets a little bossy and she's like, I need to know what that meeting was for and why do you have people taking pictures of my boss? The guy is like, I don't know what to tell you. I can't help you. Pop shoots himself. And for a minute, well, I already knew that he was going to shoot himself. But, you know, for a minute, you know, Quinn was giving all this vibrato and this rah-rah. You're like, I'm about to beat your ass. And then as soon as he takes out the gun, she's like, wait, hold up, wait. I'm like, Quinn, you gonna walk up into this dark-ass mansion. Dude creeped up in the corner without a piece? That didn't make no sense. She wasn't trained by Huck. That didn't make no damn sense. Senator Lewis McDonald is wearing a diaper and he shits in his diaper. That was disgusting. But then we finally are introduced to a pivotal part in Abby's past. We meet her ex-husband, and we find out that Chip used to beat the hell out of her. But, you know, in between time, she's, you know, having to go meet this man, and she's like, oh, I already know him. Him and I used to be married. I'm like, oh, what happened with that, you know, before we find out. Huck is playing video games with his son, and, you know, he's still, like, loving the fact that he's able to play video games with his son. And, you know, the son is like, let's meet up at the arcade. I want to go to the arcade. And then Huck is like, sure, I'll meet you at 4 o'clock. I was like, oh, Lord. You know, nowadays kids can get in all types of stuff online. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't feeling the whole concept. And I was hoping in my head that Huck wasn't really going to introduce himself to the child. Because that all sorts are wrong. You know, but he doesn't. He sits behind the window and he looks at the sun and he's just like, wow, and then he leaves. So I respected that whole concept. I was like, if they let Huck go... Quinn and Huck doesn't want to tell Olivia about the pictures. I'm thinking to myself, Olivia done been through far worse. Y'all don't want to tell her about these pictures? Y'all need to tell her. Abby calls Olivia. This scene right here was, oh my God. The only time that I ever got teary-eyed watching Scandal was when Cyrus's husband died, and Cyrus had to break down during the public service announcement. He broke down and started to cry. I felt that in my heart and in my spirit. But that was the only time. And up until now, Abby, we finally get to see this girl act. Now, all these people, they're great actors and actresses, but we finally get to see her moment. If I did not believe that she used to get her ass beat, I believed it after that. When she was down behind the dresser and she go like this, I'm thinking she drunk or something, I don't know. But when Olivia sits down and is looking at Abby, and Abby's frightened and fear for her life, and she's just like fidgety, and like you see her crying, the makeup, and you see the puke on her dress, I'm like, oh my God, what the hell? Wow. And he's like, and she goes to say he beat the hell out of me. I'm like, oh my God, see, I'm getting teary-eyed now thinking about it. She did an amazing job in that scene. And I was just like, girl, I felt for her. And then Olivia said, what do you want me to do? I said, that's right. I said, Abby, you better tell her. She said, Abby? What do you want me to do? Abby said, there's no way you can stop this. Olivia said, watch me. I said, yes. I was like, yes, I was getting into my feelings. I'm like, yes, Olivia, you better run this. Next scene, Olivia goes into Susan's headquarters running for senator. And when she turned the corner, Susan had like 5 volunteers. When I tell you Olivia commanded that like no other, she walked in, told the girl to take the sign down, go get a ladder, took the phone from, I was just like, what? Olivia, you better run this. And then she says, excuse me, you need to listen to me. Do you want to be senator, yes or no? Susan's like, yes. I'm like, oh my God. Olivia's giving me all kinds of hard-ons. I'm like, yes, Olivia, yes. We'll be at past that, because you know, a car bomb explodes near the embassy in West Angola, and Cyrus tells his prostitute, because he's trying to see if something's gonna come out of all this. And Mellie speaks to Elizabeth about foreign policy, and then Elizabeth goes in about the West Angolan thing to Mellie. Cyrus knows something is awry. So he trying to get one of his assistants to find out if Elizabeth mentions anything, blah, blah, blah. The assistant says Elizabeth didn't mention anything, so whatever. Cyrus thinks that he needs to give up or whatever, but he comes to find out that Mellie was the one that Elizabeth is going to, or Elizabeth is going to Mellie, and that's where the inside information is coming up. But while the prostitute's sitting there laying his head on his thigh, on Cyrus's thigh, I thought Cyrus was going to pour the hot coffee on his eyeballs. That's what I thought he was going to do, but he didn't. That's what I thought everybody was like, yes, Cyrus, yes. I'm like, what the hell y'all yesing for? Like, what? It didn't make no sense to me, but whatever. So we get past that whole concept. Olivia visits Tom. That whole scene was kind of frightening. Not frightening, but just, it was awkward. Tom finally sees Olivia for the first time. Fully stares at this girl. And he's marveling at her beautiful face. You know, and she's like, he says, the face that had moved 1,000 ships, and he's getting all into metaphors and all this or whatever, and Olivia's trying to get straight to the point. She's like, no, what I need to know is who ordered you to kill the president's son. Then Tom's like, no, you answer my questions before you think I'm going to answer your questions. I'm like, do he know who he's talking to? Do he know? Olivia's staring at him stone faced, but then Tom goes in to disclose vital information about what Fitz was going through when Olivia left, that Fitz visited her apartment, Fitz was crying in the apartment, and Fitz almost tried to commit suicide. This brings Olivia down, but she ain't moved yet, because she came here for a reason. So yeah, she feeling a little emotional about Fitz, but answer the motherfucking question. Then when Tom says Jake Ballard, Olivia looks him dead in the face and says, "Watch your back, Tom." I said, ooh, Olivia better run this episode. Olivia, Kerry Washington ran this whole episode. It was beautiful. It was awesome. Susan Ross recording her commercial. That was very funny when she kept blinking her eyes and she couldn't stop blinking. And then the third time she was like, "I'm Susan Ross," and blah, blah, blah. So Olivia got the daughter to do it. I thought that was genius. Chip visits Abby in the parking lot and Abby pulls out a gun on him. I didn't want Abby to do it. I was like, no, Abby, no, Abby, no. Don't do it, Abby. Stop. Stop, Abby. But damn it, if that dude didn't change, he didn't change one lick a bit at all. He was like, you know, we had a few run-ins, but you know, I loved you, but I'm with my new wife now, and blah, blah, blah. He was like, tell your Olivia dog to get off of me. And he was like, you and I can still have some fun. I was like, oh, wow, he's sick. He's really, 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 really sick. But Abby didn't pull the trigger. Then Abby visits Olivia, and Olivia is freaked out because she sees the gun, and she tells Abby to give her the gun, and Abby pauses for a second, and this scene, like the scenes between them, these two ladies ran this whole episode. Then, you know, Olivia's like, you can tell the most powerful reporters in the world what happened and tell your story and be, you know, be an activist for women's rights and so forth and so on. And then Abby's like, well, what happened to Monica Lewinsky and what happened to what did she say, Susan Hill? What happened? Anita Hill. Sorry. What happened to all these ladies? Where did they go? You know, good point, Abby. Good point. Fitz making Olivia touch herself. I was like, what? You better go ahead. You better go ahead, Fitz, making Olivia touch herself. And then he gonna hang up on her at the end, and then she dropped because she just about to have convulsions. That was funny. Abby told the guy, I forget his name. I know I look at him as an enemy. I think he's just trying to get a leg up on people and trying to keep his foot in the door in his career. But Abby confesses to this dude that, you know, Chip beat her up. And then the guy, I don't really care for him, you know, puts his client up, and, you know, Chip has to bow out of the race or whatever and all that. I thought that was cool. Them kissing, I was over that. There was no need for him to get a kiss. I mean, yeah, you like her, but that, isn't she's not into David anymore? I don't know. Maybe I missed that episode. Olivia and Mr. Pope, Dr. Father Pope. Father Pope visits Olivia at the apartment and threatens Olivia. Olivia's like, what? Olivia said, it's sad because, what'd she say? Let me get the words verbatim. She says, what is clear? No, he says, you will not disrespect me. And then he approaches her. I said, who the fuck? Who are you yelling at? This man? What? He says, you will never choose one of them over me. Is that clear? Olivia looking at him like, nigga, what? You must not know who the hell I am. She said, what is clear is that you have wasted a lifetime doing the wrong things. I said, all right, but she had more conviction than what I just had, but she sowed the seed. And then the father said, goes to reach out, and she pulls back like, what? And then he like, you do not want to go up against me. You will lose. Same thing he said to Jake. I'm like, bye, dude. This is called scandal. And who's the head honcho? Olivia Pope. Bye, bruh. Bye, bruh. I've been waiting for the president to find out that you was the one that had the son killed all along. Now that the president know, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. You got Olivia, Jake, and the president after y'all asses. After your ass, it's a wrap. It is a wrap. I thought it was so wonderful that the boy, Huck's son, Harvey, what is his name? Jaime, I don't know what the boy's name is. I thought it was hot how he, you know, found the IP address and came to the address. I'm like, dude, where the mother at? The little boy just wandering around the streets and stuff at 5 p.m. going to arcades. It's night outside. And then go running. What? I don't know. But the boy know that Huck is his father. And I thought that was awesome. Yay for Huck. What did y'all think about this particular episode? Leave your comments below the video. I'm Wesley from A Connection TV. Scandal is an amazing show, and I just can't wait for Games of Thrones to come on. It's not coming back on until 2015 springtime. I'm kind of hating that, but anyways, deuces.